Thanks so much for joining the MoneyMaker webinar. This is a monthly call for our reseller partners where we go over any product and marketing update. My name is Christina Torres, for those of you who don't know me, and I will be your host for today. So for today's call, we have some highly anticipated topics that we're going to go over. We are very pleased to have Rafael Archuleta with us today, and he's going to share the new community, which is called the Reseller Rodeo, and he's going to walk you through a demo. So everyone will get to see the new platform and all the steps you need to take to join it if you have not joined it already. Second up, we have Brian, who is our engineering manager, and he's going to be talking about SEO strategies. So Brian has been working with our SEO team, and he's bringing us a series of SEO talks. And in particular, he's going to be talking about how it relates to your reseller platform and everything that the developers have been building for our resellers. So we're going to be covering one topic on each webinar for the next several months, and this is the second in the series. And finally, I'm going to go over our current promotions, and after that, we'll end with a Q&A. So just some quick reminders, if you have any questions, just enter them in the Q&A box, and we'll go over them at the end. And also, this is always recorded, so we're going to post it on our YouTube, and I'll share the link on the new community, along with any resources that we share for today's call. So I know that Brian will probably have a PowerPoint, and so I'll put that on the new community. Just a quick reminder for next month, we're moving the call to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also we are considering going forward after next month's call, we're considering recording the webinar and posting a demo as opposed to holding it live. So if you have any objections or questions about that, please enter them in the chat. We're considering it at this stage, so we'll review all of your comments and then we'll let you know our final decision in the future. But just again, so next month we're on for May, and then we'll consider that for June, and we'll let you know in advance. So that brings me to our first topic, and I will stop sharing so Rafael can begin his demo. Perfect.
Hey, Christina.
Awesome. Good morning, Rafa. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm so stoked to be here.
Yeah, we're stoked to have you.
All right. So welcome, everyone. After more than 5 years of running the Wild West Reseller Stampede on Google+, I can't tell you how excited I am to bring this new community, bring the community to the next level. And I'm going to share with you some of the features of the new platform and what my goals are for bringing value to this community going forward. And I'll talk a little bit about the name of the community and why I chose that name, and just how to get started if you haven't yet. All right, so let's jump straight into getting into some of the new features. As if you logged in, you probably noticed that all the content's been moved over, apart from some of the images. There was an issue with Google+. Whenever you share an image there, sometimes it can be there's certain privacy issues basically, and some of those images didn't get moved over. And I think in most cases it's not totally necessary. So we may do another re-import and try to get some of those images in, but otherwise you may see a message that says missing image from Google+. Otherwise, all your posts have been moved over, and if you are active in the community, you have access to those posts, and you can edit them and so on. So yeah, as I mentioned, all active participants on Google+ already have accounts, and you just log in with your Google account. So lurkers, people that never made any posts or comments, they'll get an invitation soon. I'm working with Brian on getting some invitations set up, and that will probably manifest via email. You'll get an email with an invitation link, or or maybe something in the RCC. I'm going to jump over to, so here's the Reseller Rodeo. So you'll see at the top, I may post a global message that just kind of gets the word out for important things. So right now, since we're just getting started, I just want to make sure everybody is aware of the community guidelines. So we have a civil discussion on all the topics. Here you can see all the different categories have been moved over. Some of these will disappear and be merged together. For example, known issues and resolved issues. There's a new feature in here that you may have seen. Let's see if there's anything that I marked already. Not yet. So there's a feature. So if you have made a post and someone replies and gives you a solution to the issue that has been brought up, you can mark their comment as the solution, and it will show a check mark next to that post, showing that it's been solved. I'll post more about that later. As we go forward, I'll be highlighting different features that make things a little more fun and useful.
Hey, Rafa.
Yeah.
Will you log out and then show folks how to log back in, since it's not 100% intuitive?
That's a great idea. Hold on just a second. All right. So some of you may have seen in the Google Plus community a animated GIF that showed how to log in. So when you click log in, most of you will have already an account, as long as you've participated in the Google Plus community. When you click log in with Google, you'll see an opportunity to log in with Google there.
And then, yeah, I'm reading through some documentation on the invites, so we're working through that.
Excellent.
Should have something in the next few days that we can come up with a solution on that.
All right. Okay, I'm logged in again.
Great, we can see it. Perfect.
All right, great. After logging in the first time, you should have a message from Betty Bot. It's basically like a little onboarding walkthrough, and she explains through interaction how to use the platform. So you can see here, this is her first message. So when you do this, you bookmark the message that she asks here. She'll reply, and she lets you know so now you can easily find your way back to our private conversation anytime, right from the bookmarks tab on your profile. She's referring to this here, this bookmark icon here. After you logged in, you can jump back to this conversation. And you can remove the bookmark here as well. So you can see here, she walks you through quoting a link, or actually replying with the link. And you put a link on the line by itself. Oh, it gives you a little warning there. It can't be empty. So okay, I quoted it. All right, so let's try again. So I just copy this link and paste it in all by itself. And what this does is it shows something that's called a one box. And it takes some content from whatever you're linking to and highlights it in a really nice way. As you can see, she'll take you through a little course, essentially, a little fun interactive walkthrough. And when you're done, you get a certificate and a badge. And as you do different tasks through the Reseller Rodeo, you'll get different badges and awards for your different levels of interaction. So yeah, this is Betty Bot. I just created her this avatar as just kind of a fun mascot to represent the community. I think we can do some fun things with her in the future. She just fits the theme of Reseller Rodeo and Wild West. And that brings me a little, that brings me to the point of talking about the why I chose the name Reseller Rodeo. So first, it's got mnemonics. It sounds great when you say it. It's easy to remember. It's relatively short. Continue the theme of Wild West, which is the brand that GoDaddy used for the reseller program in the past. One thing you guys may have noticed is starting and running a reseller business can be like staying on a mechanical bull or a real bull, a bull riding. The idea is we can train each other and help each other to do better and be more successful in our reseller businesses. And the last point why I used Reseller Rodeo is it's fun, right? And work should be fun, right? The next point that I wanted to bring up is, I'll type it here, adding value. My goal is to add value to this community. As you may have seen in the welcome message, well, from my perspective, one of the biggest challenges that have slowed reseller success and is a lack of quality educational resources and tools to automate tedious tasks and take the most advantage of the reseller platform. And one thing that I would like to give is a huge shout out to Brian, who's made enormous strides towards changing that. And but he's just one guy, and I believe he does have some help, but he could definitely use some help from all of us. And so what we can look forward to are new resources in the form of guides, video tutorials, reseller-specific software, live site reviews, a reseller directory, and wisdom from some of the best in the business. We've got some really great talent here in the community, and I'm working with a number of you to bring some awesome content and tools in the future. One thing that you also might have noticed in the welcome messages, and in-person reseller conferences. Perhaps if you guys are interested in it, we can do a live in-person conference, which GoDaddy has done in the past. But I know that there are a lot of you that find a lot of value in those meetups, and we can talk about that going forward. That's essentially all I have. Is there anything that, are there any questions from anyone or any other topics that anyone would like to see covered right now in regards to the community?
I'm not seeing any questions at the moment coming in. But if anyone has any questions, you can post them in the Q&A, and then we can also answer them after.
Great.
Oh, so okay. I have one question coming in. How do we get an invitation?
Okay, so Brian and I are working together on that, and the idea is that we want the community to be private, and we want to make sure that it's just GoDaddy resellers in the community. So we're working on getting an invitation set up through a specific token. It's like a code that works to make sure that it's a private community. So hopefully we'll have something later this week, maybe next week, for those that haven't gone into the community yet and haven't interacted in the Google Plus community.
Okay, great. Again, if anyone has any other questions, you can post them in the Q&A, and then if we're not answering them right now, I don't see any other questions pending, we can address them at the end of the webinar. All right, that's great. Rafa, was that all you had for us today?
There's actually one other thing that I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that working together, we can accomplish a lot. And GoDaddy has really been rocking the last few years, and especially just in the last 6 months, there's so much that's that they've accomplished, and I'm really happy to be part of the reseller community and be a GoDaddy reseller. and it's not always been easy. We've had struggles, and there's still things that need to be adapted and fixed and things like that. But I'm just really happy to have the team that we have with us, and I just want to say thank you, you guys, Brian, Chelsea, Christina, Ronnie, Shannon, and everyone else. You guys have been rocking so hard in the last 6 months especially, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything. And I'm just really looking forward to what's going to happen in the future, because simply put, there's nothing like the power of an independent community working together as a team to make its voice heard and accomplish its goals. And with you guys at the helm there at GoDaddy, I see a lot of great things moving forward.
That's great. Really, really appreciate that recognition, Rafa, and I'm sure everyone else does as well on the team. And we're very, very happy to have you on this call and leading the reseller and the new platform. So thank you so much for all of your hard work as well. It's equally recognized and appreciated. So thank you very much. With that,
thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Rafa. So with that, if you can stop your share, then I'm going to hand it off to Brian to talk about SEO strategies.
Great.
Thank you, Rafa.
Thanks, Christina.
Great, we can see.
Welcome to the second of the SEO series in our monthly webinars. The goal here is to introduce you to some of the strategies to rank better in search. Last month, I talked about strategies for finding long-tail keywords and how to use those keywords to optimize your branding settings in the Reseller Control Center. Today, I will talk about creating great content and driving traffic to your content. Now, as a quick review, keywords are the terms a potential customer types into their search box to find your site. Long-tail keywords are 3 or more words that have low competition and high traffic. Today, I will cover optimizing content for the keywords you have selected. When talking about search optimization, there are hundreds of factors, and I chose this slide because it simplified the factors for this presentation. According to the Search Metrics white paper, search engine ranking factors can be grouped into 3 categories: content, technical, and user experience. Quality content is a required category, and generally speaking, when you combine high quality content with these different factors, the better you will rank. Now, I mentioned there are hundreds of factors that determine how your site will rank. Now, which factors are the most important? Ranking is a comparison to another website. And how well you rank is based on how well you follow these guidelines against the competition. There is no one-size-fits-all SEO. Your best approach is to get to know your competition. Perform a Google search for your keywords and take note of the first 3 to 5 organic sites and visit those sites. So when visiting these sites, pay attention to what keywords did they use in their title and URL. Read their content for quality. How long is the content? How many images are they using? How many links did they include in their content? How old is the content? Researching your competition will give you a competitive advantage. For example, let's open Google and I will search for photography website builders and take note of the first few results here. I mentioned high quality content a few times. So what is high quality content? Well, it's compelling and useful information to the reader. It's fresh and up to date. In my example, I'm targeting website builders, then I will write about the most recent version of a website builder. Content and title should be unique. If a title is already ranked high, don't just create another post with the same title, such as 5 best website builders. Come up with a more clever and interesting title. The content is focused. What are the core tasks that the reader came to your website to complete? If the reader came to read about website builders, your content should be about website builders and not about why Canon cameras are better than Nikon cameras. Write about solving your readers' needs. For example, how easy they can upload and edit images in a website builder. Don't write about how the website builder incorporates the latest JavaScript framework. Is the content written so that a wide audience can read it? A very popular measurement is the Flesch reading score. The Flesch score measures the complexity of the text, and a good score should be in the 60 to 75 range. A high score doesn't mean high quality content. However, high quality content does tend to have a higher score. So analyze your competition score. For example, I analyzed a top result for the photography website builders, and the third result here came back with a 74.2, which is an absolutely amazing score considering photography website builders is a complex 8-syllable phrase. So, and the first result had a 67 in the test, which is also really good. So the key is to provide the highest quality content to your readers and to remove filler content from your site. So provide content your customers want to read. You don't want your readers to hit the back button. The content must be comprehensive and it does not shy away from mentioning the disadvantages of the subject matter. For example, shared hosting doesn't fit every need. So e-commerce sites would require a more robust hosting solution. So call that out. Now I've covered the what is content. Let's transition to the how to create content. There are two ways to create content. You can do it yourself or you can hire someone. If you plan to write the content yourself, then set aside time and start writing your content. Otherwise, you may have a copywriter on your staff, or you can commission content from a freelancer. There are several different websites that provide web design and copywriter services. Here are some examples, and there are others available. TextBroker and ProBlogger are just two examples. Whichever way you decide to create your content, you will need to have a publishing process. Put proper editing and review processes in place. Have an ongoing strategy to acquire content, refresh old content, and schedule new content. Next, you will need to optimize the page for your content. So let's cover the different components of a search optimized page. This example is a very simple layout to make it easier to explain these elements, but create the layout for your reader, and every layout should include these basic elements on your page. We'll start with the title, and this is the title tag on your page. Use keywords at the beginning of the title tag, and keep your title short. Search engines will only display the first 65 to 75 characters. The headline. This is the H1 tag on your page. It should be very closely related or the same as your title tag, and it contains your keywords. Only use one H1 tag on your page. The summary. This is 30 to 50 words, and the summary gives your readers all the information they need to decide whether to keep reading or hit the back button. Use keywords sparingly. The font size may be slightly larger than the main content on your page, and the summary text can also be copied into your meta description tag. Keep in mind, meta description tags can be up to 155 characters. The content. It does take a few paragraphs and images to create quality content, and that tends to be around 1,600 to 2,000 words. At a very minimum, a blog post should contain at least 300 words. Long posts will generally rank more easily. Put keywords near the beginning of the paragraph and the beginning of sentences. Don't annoy your reader by overusing keywords. Include keywords appropriately and include images, internal and external links. So the image helps break up the text, and include your keywords in at least one of the image alt attributes. Internal links. These are links to other internal pages. Don't create dead end pages. Internal pages should always have a call to action on them. And internal links are used to tell crawlers about other pages on your site. The external links. These are links to a different domain. External links give you equity. Think about it in terms of a neighborhood. If your house is in a desirable neighborhood, then it is worth more money. So put your website in a desirable neighborhood by linking to a high quality site. Have at least one external link on your page, but be cautious because external links are a way for your reader to exit your site. So put links toward the end of a sentence and a paragraph for a better reading experience. The call to action. Your page should always have a call to action. What do you want your reader to do? Purchase something? Sign up for a newsletter? Never have a dead end page on the web. You must have an ending in your content, and this is your call to action. Good web content is always task focused, and the best ending allows your customers to complete the task. Ensure you have a call to action visible without scrolling. This is known as above the fold. Now you can repeat your call to action, such as at the bottom of the page also. The Reseller Store WordPress plugin product widget is a great way to add a call to action to your page. Now there are page extras and they're not shown here, but those can be post authors, comment areas, social buttons, and pay-per-click advertising. Now you've optimized your page and published it, and it's time to let the world know about it. So there are reasons to link build, and those include drive traffic to your site, allow crawlers to follow links and discover content, and create link juice for page rank algorithms. So here are some steps to follow. First, update existing pages with internal links to the new content. You can do this by looking through existing pages to find those that have relevant anchor text. The more links from different pages, the better it signals the content is important. However, internal links do not add to your domain authority. So share links on your social media accounts. I'll cover more about social media in an upcoming webinar. A new blog post is a reason to promote on blogging networks, as well as promote on linked directories, but be sure to read each directory's terms of service and follow them precisely. Don't go overboard with links, and remember, links build up over time. Also remember to update the navigation on your website. If appropriate, add a link to the primary menu in the footer and update your sitemap and homepage. In addition, update your storefront navigation in the Reseller Control Center with a link to the new page. This will bring traffic from your storefront to your new content. So for example, I have this page that I've created, and I can copy that and then go to my Reseller Control Center and then Settings and Navigation. Now that I'm here, I can either add a link to the main top menu, or I can edit a menu such as Websites and update my link for Website Builder to my new page that I just created. Let's go ahead and close that and publish. Now when I go to my standard storefront or cart, I'll have the menu here. I can click on Websites, and then the updated menu will show up as Website Builder. And if I were to click on that, that would then take me to my new WordPress page that I've created. Now with the right content and optimization, you can start to drive traffic to your site. You can do this. So here are some additional links that you can read to learn about writing quality content for SEO. So this concludes the second in our series of topics on SEO basics. In an upcoming webinar, I will continue the topic of SEO and cover web analytics. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. There's a couple of questions. Do you want me to answer them now or wait?
Oh, you can answer them now. Go ahead.
Okay. The first one was about having over 1,000 words and then the call to action. So one of the things you can do is have your button on the page multiple times. So what I did here is, here's like my H1 tag and then my summary. And then I went ahead and put a call to action called Get Just Started. And that's just a product widget again. If I were to click on that, that would add the product to cart so they can get started for the website Build Their Business. In addition, if I were to go back, I have more content and I have buttons down here that they could actually choose which plan they wanted and continue on with that content. So that's the first question. I'll say answer live. So the second question was developing a site with multiple domains and TLDs. I actually don't know the answer to that one right now, but I did talk to Garth and he said if there's any questions, he would be happy to answer them. So what we'll do is get that answer for you and then we'll post it in the community when we post this video.
Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Thanks so much, Brian. Great presentation. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so on the marketing side, we have some promotions, and these are the same promotions that I mentioned on last call, but they're actually all, they all have officially launched now in March. So just to remind you, if you're not automatically opted in, you have to opt in to take advantage of these promotions. And you can see all of the details to the 3 different promotions in the RCC. So if you go on the marketing tab underneath promotions and then you opt in. So I'll go through them in the order that they are expiring. So the first one up is the website builder. So this is one that we had at the end of last year and we have extended it and that one is expiring at the end of this month. Next up, we have the hosting promotions, which is for 1, 2, and 3+ years off of all hosting products. And again, all the details are in the RCC. And this promotion is going to be live for 3 months and it will expire on 6/18. And then finally, we have the domains promotion, which is on 24 new domain extensions. And this one is going until the end of the year, 12/31. So I did want to mention on the last call or a few calls ago, you guys asked me for some marketing materials for these promotions. And so just wanted to let you know that we are working on that and I will post it once it's available. So that concludes our webinar for today. Just some quick reminders. We will post this link to this recorded webinar on the YouTube and we'll post all the details along with Brian's presentation and any other, and the answer to the question that was just asked on the new community. And then also as a reminder, next month the call will be at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, we're considering starting to record the demos and then post them as opposed to having the webinars live. So it's just something we're considering at the moment to start that in June. But if you have any comments or suggestions or objections, just let us know. And we will let you know what we've decided on the next webinar. So I'm not seeing any more questions.
There's one more question.
Oh, you do some more? Okay.
But this is the one, did it get answered on the navigation? So we are aware of the issue and we have teams working on that. Actually, it looks like Kurt did answer it. The team is working on it. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, great. So thanks so much, Rafa and Brian, and to all the panelists who joined and all the resellers. Really appreciate you joining us this morning. Have a great day. Sorry, did I cut someone off?
Oh, no, I just said it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much, Rafa. It was great to have you. So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.